Happy birthday, Snoop Doggy Dog. Oh my God, Snoop Doggy Dog. Happy birthday. How can I forget? Busta Rhymes is trying to make the request. They're giving us turbulence. But we unfadable for the 2020. And you see the anxiety, you know. Busta Rhymes ain't a guy you could just... Busta Rhymes, he ain't the one. Oh shit, I see Timbo the King on there. There you go. Got him. Sent the request. Got him. Got him. Got him.
There we go. Crack.
In the building, yo, Bust.
What up, Crack?
Everybody who loves us is tuned in. Swiss Beats is super tuned in. Timberland, Steve Rifkin, everybody like, Jesus Christ. This motherfucking machine better work for Busta Rhymes. Oh, it's on. Yo, Bust, I'm going to try not to talk a lot because it's so much to talk about with you. I'm going to set it off by saying, have you laid off showing your affection for your brothers, like slapping them 5? Have you stopped slapping 5 that hard? Yo, Bust, you have left my shit black and blue. Is that on purpose, Busta Rhymes? You have picked me up in the air, Joe. I'm like, yo, why is this man? I'm scared of you, Busta Rhymes. I'm scared of you.
Yo, Crack, you know everybody's scared of your crazy ass. You know you are the true terror squad terrorist.
I said, the other day I'm in Callum's house, you walk in with Special. All I see is the shadow. I'm like, holy shit, we're gonna die. And as you came closer, I was like, oh shit, it's Bust. Yo, Bust, what are you trying to do? Like, I know sometimes, I know other albums, you got Cock Diesel cut up, you cut your dreads. Is it for the album or like you really just love that shit and that's why you Cock Diesel like that?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you the truth. First of all, I love you and congratulations on having one of the most incredible fucking platforms ever when it comes to getting people to pull up, our peers, movie stars, athletes, politicians, all types. Yo, you are fucking this game up on a whole nother revolutionary level. So I super salute you for that, King. Secondly, it's an honor to be able to chop it up with my brother for over fucking 27. We going on 30-something years of
brother. We like 30 years in.
Right, we 30 years back. You know what I mean? So it's an honor to be able to finally have a one-on-one building session. We do it off the record all the time.
But off the record, me and you, we chop it up,
legendary. But just to answer your question about the fitness shit, right? The first time I did it because I just wanted, and I felt like I was at a crossroads in my life where I needed to just do something different and do something that was a reinvention and do something for me. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I just needed some kind of change on an improvement level when it just came to my being. You know what I'm saying? This time, it's a little deeper than that because I fell off the wagon, and after my father died, I fell off the wagon significantly. I just didn't give a fuck about a lot of shit. I wasn't caring about my health. I didn't care about. The only thing that was important to me was providing for my family and going to the studio. That was it. A lot of other shit that's supposed to be important to you at the time, I just kind of just didn't give a fuck about because I was going through something. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of the times, you know, us doing this shit that we doing, you know, when we go through shit as men, you know, we ain't really allowed to tell motherfuckers when we going through shit because motherfuckers will use that vulnerable space against you. So when you're going through shit, a lot of the time you wearing shit and you walking around with shit that you got to wear and deal with on your own. And as a result of that shit, you know, it shows in ways when you really not caring about you as much as you should. Crack, I was up to 340 fucking pounds. Niggas was seeing it. I was watching it from people talking. I was hearing the comments that people was making. You see shit people say and you hear shit people saying. You still don't make the decision to do something until you feel like you're ready to make the decision to do it. And whatever that thing is that you decide you're ready to do, it's only going to happen when you're ready. So for a long time, I walked around here with this motherfucking 8-9 month looking pregnant stomach. My skin was blotchy and shit. And, you know, I was looking really unhealthy. I was hearing myself breathe, bro. You know, once it started to get to that point, and I started bending over to tie my shoes when I was putting my sneakers on, my Timbs on or some shit, and I had to actually halfway through tying my shoe, I had to stop and sit back up just to catch a breath. I'm bending over, I'm grunting like a wild fucking boar. That shit was wrong. Like, my oldest son had a conversation with some people that was around me one time, and he was expressing some concern about the health of his father. Because my son was too uncomfortable with coming to tell me because he didn't want to hurt his father's feelings. So that conversation came back to me from the people that he felt comfortable talking about his concerns with. And when they told me what it was, that shit broke my heart because I was like, damn, I'm letting my son down in a crazy way to the point where the way he looking at me is fucked up.
You know, we got a lot of pressure. You know,
Yeah.
Prodigy died on the road.
Yeah.
It's hotel room. Most artists die on the road in a hotel room, not surrounded by family.
Right.
And all we know how to do is work, get to the bag. Me and you, we done been to Africa, everywhere in the world. And we don't take time to really think about our health. We think about our family and giving them the shelter, giving them all the things they want and taking care of them. And then sometimes we got to look at ourselves and know health is wealth, man.
It's real shit.
And if we don't take care of our health, it's nothing else.
That's real shit. I ain't gonna front. I pulled from you as a source of inspiration because you started shaving off mad weight. And I was looking at this shit like crack ain't playing, and I'm out here looking crazier than I ever looked. And I'm looking at my brother who was known for being big, and you made the conscious effort and the decision to get your transformation popping in a real way. And you did this shit successfully. And I said, nah, I did this before. I know how to do this, but am I really ready to do it? You know what I'm saying? And, you know, again, that conversation with my son and you know, my people's from LA. Actually, we was in LA and he had the conversation with this brother named H and this brother named J that be holding me down when I come to LA. And when they pulled me to the side to have that talk with me, that shit cut deep. So, you know, I made a decision to get it together.
At least it resonated. He did the right thing. He hit the right. He
Nah,
told the right people because it got back to you in a real way.
Real shit.
You respected that. Shout out to Swiss Beats. Yo, Swiss. Yo, listen, let me
wait, hold up. While we talking about this fitness shit, I want to big up Dexter Jackson, you know, who he helped me get it back together when I started this transformation journey last year, January. I want to big up Victor Munoz from Pro Edge because he's been my trainer from the first time I got right with the Big Bang album. And then after I finished doing my initial regimen for like a good 4 months with Dexter Jackson, I got back with Victor Munoz and continued to train with him up to now. And, you know, I got to tip my hat to him because he's been dedicated to this journey with me for shit.
Busta Rhymes.
13, 14 years.
You
Big
will
up to Kai.
fuck somebody up, Busta Rhymes. You will beat the blood out of motherfucker. Come on.
Yeah.
You're not a regular guy. Like, your shit is like, I can't. Like, you were born to do this shit. Like, I know you was born to be an MC and a rapper, but this bodybuilding shit, you
I
a
love it,
different
Crack.
type of brolic.
I love it, Crack. I love how I feel. I love how I'm breathing. I was on 2 blood pressure medicines. I'm off them shits, bro. I'm fucking loving the fact that, you know, when you hear people acknowledge how proud or how happy they are seeing my new look, my presence, my energy, the vibe, and just how I'm resonating.
You know, I don't want to skip. You know, me and you, Snoop Dogg. Happy birthday, Snoop Dogg.
Happy birthday to our brother Snoop. I fucking
Snoop
love
Dogg,
you,
we
Snoop.
love you, man. We worship you.
Love you, Snoop. Word. And big up
Snoop
Spencer,
Dogg,
big up Timberland too.
Jay-Z, Nas.
Word.
We're part of a era of hip hop where we refuse to give up. We refuse. So I tell the people on here all the time, these major labels, they use you while they can. They suck it out of you, and then they throw you in the streets and you can fend for yourself. I watch artists, 25, 26 years old, get dropped off a label and start doing old school tours at 26 years old. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? These dudes are still babies. But they fell for the major label telling you, yo, this and this and that. Our era said, fuck that. We bosses. We're going to do this as long as we feel like doing this.
That's a fact.
Like you, huh?
That's a fucking fact. Talk that shit.
No, we don't give a fuck. We are our own bosses.
Believe that.
We love what we do. And we're going to continue doing it excellent like we want to. Because every time I look at a award show, the one thing you got is the plug to the award shows. You always front row. Front row again. I'm talking Grammy, BET, everything. Like, you really enjoy that shit going to them award shows, huh?
I enjoy our life, Crack. Like, you got to think about this shit, bro. We doing something that we love a lot. Like, Crack, you know what we used to do, and what we ain't allowed to talk about. And you know, again, you know, it's interesting to see how everybody like to talk about that shit in the street. And you know, as much as we've lived and done and been around, we ain't really necessarily have to beat people in the head about how much shit was happening in the street that we was involved with. Motherfuckers just knew what it was based on the way we move. And we still live by those code of ethics. So, you know, it's interesting to see that we come from that. We get this blessed opportunity and this gift to do this shit we do. We could go home, eat a bowl of cereal in the morning, watch some shit on TV, catch an idea, record the motherfucker, and 1 million people, 2 million people fall in love with this idea. And we travel around the whole planet and feed our whole families off of this one idea for years. You know, and we come from a time where, you know, I hope that a lot of these newer artists and newer generation of artists get the opportunity to experience what it's like to see how a record you made 20 years ago, 25 years ago, still fuck a building up 20 to 25 years later. See, y'all got some time before y'all experience that. Y'all haven't experienced that yet. Salute to all of the successes happening with a lot of these new artists, you know, but you're still on a young journey. And y'all got a lot of time before y'all get to that place where you could really be able to say, I got a classic that has survived the test of times. And my shit 20-year anniversary later celebrations is happening for real. Y'all ain't experienced that yet.
You got way too much, right? Hold on, let me go back. Right? Scenario. Native tongue scenario. You stood out in every remix you ever did, right? But let's go scenario. You're doing Arsenio Hall. Probably like your biggest first moment, right?
Absolute.
Was it that moment that you said to yourself, yo, I'm going solo, fuck that. I'm a superstar, I'm going. Was it the Arsenio Hall show when you did that before? At what point you said, leaders, I love you, I'm doing Busta Rhymes solo?
I never said I wanted to do anything solo in my life. that happened by accident and by default and by circumstance. I never came into this shit trying to be a solo MC. So that moment when we did that Arsenio Hall concert, I just knew in that moment that I wanted to bust everybody ass on stage, period, even my brothers. Because, you know, the brothers that I was with, we was raised, and you come from the same time, Crack. You know, we was never allowed to be okay with settling to be the weak link in the clique. Fuck out of here. Somebody else gonna take the blame for that. Not me. Not you. So
yeah, you know how they used to refer, I won't say names, but they used to refer to certain legendary groups and be like, yo, that guy, he's the such and such of the crew. Like the weak link, like the
real
wild
shit.
one. Oh,
That was like the worst shit to ever have to walk around.
No, you was definitely the Lauryn Hill, the Method Man of the crew. You was always that. You know what I'm saying? The standout
thank you. But again, Crack, the me going solo part, that happened after I realized there was no possibility or option left for me to be allowed to stay in my group. I was kicked out of my group.
Elaborate. What happened? What happened that you felt like uncomfortable with the situation?
I was kicked out of the group.
Come on. Yo, get the fuck out of here. Yo, what? They kicked you out.
Crack. I was kicked out the group before the first Leaders album came out. So when I got kicked out again after the second Leaders album, that's the second time I was being kicked out the group. So I got kicked out the group twice. I got kicked out before the first Leaders album came, and then I got kicked out again after the second Leaders album was done because, you know, it was a lot of competition. I was also the one that was getting most of the feature requests, most of the opportunities to collab with other artists. It was becoming a tension builder with me and Charlie Brown. And, you know, we beautiful now. That's my brother. Like we finally got it right after a lot of years. We didn't speak to each other for damn near 19 years, bro. But we got it right.
They picked themselves up.
Swish, we not throwing no jabs tonight.
We're not doing that.
No.
Shout out to Charlie Brown. Hold on, let's skip from there. Shout out Charlie Brown.
Shout out Dinko D. Shout out Dinko D and shout out Milo as well.
Legendary group, right? They put it down with you, legendary. We can't front our leaders for nothing.
Right.
So let's go back to high school. You battled Jay-Z, right? So we heard the story about how you battled Jay-Z in high school.
Right.
Who else did you battle that became big before they blew?
I didn't really have a lot of battles with MCs before they blew because I was the dude that was cool with everybody. You know what I'm saying? So nobody didn't really want to battle me. A lot of motherfuckers wanted me to rhyme with them against other motherfuckers. Or we just rhymed amongst each other just on some recreational, let's keep each other's blades sharp type shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it was important to make sure that if we was moving with each other, everybody in the circle was sharp. Everybody was dope. You know what I'm saying? So it was more about upkeeping the maintenance on that side than us trying to shit on each other and see who was better than who. You know, that would get displayed when you just had your turn to spit or you had your turn to shine. But we never.
At what point you met Biggie?
I think I met you around, I would have to say like 93, 92.
Now you met me 92, 93.
Yeah, 92, 93. That's what I'm saying. So,
but I know you from Brooklyn. So did you know Biggie before he took off?
Yeah, Biggie went to school with me and Jay.
That's what I'm asking. I mean,
but I never saw Biggie rhyme in school. Biggie never rhymed in school. You know what I'm saying? Me and Hov rhymed in school. Biggie never rhymed in school, but Biggie was rhyming then as well. You know what I'm saying? Biggie was in his, you know, when he was in his space around, you know, his his block and his neighborhood and his area and his style, that's where Biggie was doing his shit. So I didn't get the chance to experience Biggie rhyming in school. You know, in school, you know, I experienced burning the tree with Big in school. We blew trees in school regularly. Biggie made sure that he made sure if you needed your trees, you had your trees in school. You know what I'm saying? So Biggie
Now, I'm
was.
gonna skip because I gotta say this legendary story.
All right.
I'm at Daddy's house. I'm with Biggie. I'm with Puffy, and you walk in. I don't know if you remember this, but this is a real story. You walk in, and you come in. You say, "Yo, turn everything off." You and Split, and you walk in.
I remember this moment like yesterday. I remember this moment like yesterday. Go ahead, though. I'm gonna let you tell it. I'm gonna let you tell it.
One of the greatest moments of my life. Yo, listen. This is one of the greatest moments of my life. So you walk in, you say, "Yo, turn that shit off. I want to play something." We like, "Yo, boss, chill. It's like 3 in the morning. You like, "Fuck that. Turn the shit off. I'm going to play something." Split is hype. And they press play, and it goes, doom, doom, doom. And then you start performing, and Split is diving on the board underneath the area with the dilly, yo. Tilly with it. And next thing you know, me and Big start jumping. Oh my God, yo, Bust. That was one of the most incredible moments of my life.
Yo, Crack, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a buck, right, Crack? And I'm gonna always tell this story. That record happened because one day I was sitting with Puff, and the nigga Puff gonna tell me, you know, "Yo, Bus, you need to stop screaming on all of your records, my nigga. Bitches don't want to do the row like a Dungeon Dragon with you on all your songs, my nigga. So why don't you just sexy it out one time, you know what I'm saying?" And so I was like, "What you mean?" He was like, just use your regular voice on a joint one time and just tone it down a little bit. Like, you ain't gotta be you ain't gotta do that on every song. So I said, all right, I'm gonna try it. So this dude named Gerald Odom, we called him Fabrice at the time. That was his little nickname when he thought he was on some handsome shit for the chicks. He was my road manager, and you know, we all came up together with this real dope MC and producer, and his name is Shamello D, and this other brother named Epitome of Scratch Grand Cut, and this other brother named Buddha. And them 3 dudes produced Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Could See. And when, I think Fab used to stay at their crib a lot. So when they made the beat, Fab heard it. And he brought the shit to me at the stew. And when I heard the beat, I lost my motherfucking mind. And I was so proud of Fab for bringing it straight to me after they did it, that I told Fab, go in the booth and do the Diddy ad-libs. Try to mock Diddy and shit. That's why you hear the nigga in the fucking background that's like, aha, and let's go. 9-7. That little nigga that you hear in the background is the road manager nigga that was with me that found the beat, brought it to the stew, and I was like, fuck it, I want you to do the Diddy on it. So he did the Diddy ad-libs. I did what Diddy suggested, and I hit the shit on some calm shit. And the reason why all of the words was at the end of the rhyme ended with yo was because when we used to go out of town in DC and VA and Philly when Reaganomics era was live and we was moving shit in the street. See, the West Indian dudes, to blend in and make themselves seem like they was American, these niggas would just add the word yo to their regular Jamaican accent. Like that shit was Americanizing them because, you know, we always be like, yo, what's good? Yo, what up, yo? So a Jamaican nigga be like, yo, Fat Joe, yo, give me $100, yo. We need $100 so we can buy our shoes, yo. So the nigga talking regular Jamaican accent, but he throw the yo at the end of it like it's Americanizing him. So that shit was always funny to me, right? So when I was doing the song, I was just kind of mimicking this Jamaican dude that used to be on the corner of our block in East Flatbush, Brooklyn on Troy Avenue in Church in East Flatbush. And Ramir Spliff used to go on the road and come back home. This dude was like, he used to dress like he was a homeless motherfucker, but he wasn't. This nigga was hustling on the corner and he used to get to the bag all the time, but he used to act like he ain't had no money. So we used to come back. We on our early celebrity shit with my solo run. Leaders is over now. It's me and Spliff, Scratchator. We all come from this block. So the nigga would see us when we get back home from off the road, and the nigga be like if we was just on Arsenio, like you said, or if we was on In Living Color or something, the nigga see us and be like, hey, yo, Busta, Spliff Star, yo. I mean, what $100, yo. I'm hungry, man. Need some food, yo. So we used to look at this nigga and laugh at the nigga. So we had to go to the studio to record the song, and we seen him on the block earlier that day before we went to the session. So I just took from that and put it in the song. Hit you with no delay and say, what you saying, yo? Silly with the 9 milli, with the dilly, yo. When I be on the mic, I do my duty, yo. I was just mocking the fucking dude on the corner of the block.
Wow, fucking weed. And the shit be right there.
It be right there.
Be right in your fucking
right
face.
in your fucking face, bro. A lot of the times the diamonds is right in our face.
Motherfuckers be staring the gift horse in the face. All the time you staring the gift horse in the fucking face. And you say what the deal, y'all? Hey, yo, us, man. I never forget that day. That was beautiful. You know, I also claim the fame. I got 2 more claim to fame, but it's about me. But I'm gonna keep it about you. Is I was there with Biggie made Hypnotized. I was in the studio with him. And Diamond D's first album, I'm every ad lib on Diamond D's whole first album. I'm every ad lib on every song.
Wow, that's crazy. I ain't never knew that, bro. I never knew that. That's crazy.
I'm the background,
that's crazy.
All right,
yo, that motherfucking.
I know your relationship. Your relationship with B.I. Pac. Did you have any relationship with Pac in them days? You was big and he was big.
I had an incredible relationship with Pac.
Wow.
Me and Pac been friends from early Leaders days, before he put out his solo shit, when he was still just dancing with Digital Underground. Interesting story of one of the early Pac interactions. So we had a college date to do. We had to do a show at a college, and Digital Underground was performing and Leaders was performing. We only on our first album, right? And we had to do sound check. So we get to the sound check a little bit late. Digital had already did their sound check, and we get there a little late. Digital broke out. I think Pac and Money B was still in the neighborhood. I don't know where Money B was exactly, but Pac wasn't there by himself. You know what I'm saying? So we getting ready to do the sound check. The sound man was on some bullshit because I guess we took too long, so it was time. He felt like, fuck that, I'm not sticking around to do this sound check, right? So he's shutting shit down and he acting like he getting ready to leave. And we kind of like on some, damn, we really want to get this sound check done. And the crazy shit is, Pac, he kind of saw that there was a little bit of friction going on, and he just came and involved himself in the situation. And Pac turned to this white man and he was just like, yo, he said, I need you to cut this motherfucking soundboard on. Leaders of the New School gonna get their sound check done right now. Fuck you talking about? You ain't turning on the equipment. And he just started spazzing on dude. And you know, the man wasn't trying to hear what Pac was talking about. So he acting like he breaking the fuck out. So Pac just ran up on this motherfucker and started choking him. You motherfucker, you fucking. So we had to grab Pac because we like, Pac, we not asking for all of this, bro. Chill, my nigga. Like we we just want to sound check. This ain't war, bro. But that's the type of dude Pac was. He really went out his way to extend his love and show his love. And
every time I seen Tupac, he was in violence. Every single time I met him in my life, anytime I ever had an interaction with him, I seen him beating up the bootleggers on 125th. He walk in the club, he looking for somebody with the hammer. Yo, Joe, you seen such and such? Nah, Pop, I see him in Atlanta with 2 hammers. I see him anywhere I seen Tupac, it was violence involved.
Yeah. You know what it was, bro? I think, and you know, it's a little frustrating for me, but it's the truth. I think Pac just really felt, I think he took on more of this responsibility to have to prove his love when he didn't really need to. And a lot of the times, the love that I guess he felt he needed to show people that he wanted in return, he was already getting it. You get what I'm saying? I don't know why he felt the need to go above and beyond to the point where he would get himself in trouble just to prove to somebody that he got real love for him, or he'll do something to somebody for the person he loved, because that's what ended up getting him killed. You know, the situation that happened in Vegas, you know, he went and got himself involved with something that ain't have nothing to do with him. But because he was moving with those dudes from that team, he felt like he had to go out of his way to prove to them that he gonna ride for his family, his team, whoever he moving with. And it unfortunately ended up the way it did. But this has been a thing with bro that it's beautiful in one sense, because
you know your man is holding you down no matter what.
No matter what. You know what I'm saying? But it's also the thing that got him into a lot of situations that he could have avoided. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. For sure. So with that said, was you in a weird position? And I don't really want to elaborate, but being that you knew him since Digital Underground and he had beef with Big, was you ever in a weird position being cool with both of them? Or it was like, yo, Bus, he's neutral, whatever the case may be?
You know how we was raised, Crack. You know, when you know and you're friends with two people that are conflicting, you're supposed to be the neutralizer. You're supposed to be the one to try to do whatever you can to squash it. You ain't supposed to pick no side. I'm not gonna lie, I was closer to Big, even though I knew Pac first, because I went to school with Big. I was in Big's home. I hug and kiss Big's mother. She hugs and kisses me. You know, C's and all of them, we grew together. You know, I knew Pac, but I haven't been in Pac's home. I don't know the late, great, beautiful Afeni Shakur, his mom. We didn't have the same interaction based on us not living in the same proximity and space. So, you know, the circumstances is what created my relationship dynamic to be much stronger with Big and D-Rock and Kim and C's and the whole Junior Mafia. Biggie's moms, you know, me and Diddy, you know, that's one of my closest friends in the world. So, you know, and we was all on this side, you know, we was seeing each other, crossing paths. So it was really tough for me to be in the middle of that. I mean, it was also like when I saw Pac and Q-Tip had beef. Tribe.
I never knew this. This is a Joker moment. This is a Joker moment. I never knew Pac and Q-Tip had beef.
Yeah, Pac and Q-Tip had a very serious and a very intense beef. Like, thank you, Gonzalo. This is during the time when I'm shooting Higher Learning movie, right? We talking like 93, 92. And Source Awards, before they started to air on television, was at that same location at the Paramount Theater in Madison Square Garden. At least that's what it was called at the time, I believe. This is the same stage where Suge Knight tried to diss Puff at that Source Awards. So this particular Source Awards, I believe, was the one or two of them before that particular moment, right? So me, Tupac, Omar Epps, we were staying in the Oakwood Apartments, which is the fully furnished apartments in LA on Hollywood Boulevard in Fuller.
I stayed there before.
So you know what I'm talking about, right? So in this particular crib, it's like buildings full of fucking fully furnished apartments. Pac was in one floor, Omar Epps was on another floor, I'm on my floor. We bouncing back and forth to each other cribs the whole time we out there shooting movies. And Tupac, during this time frame, had to go to New York because he was performing at this particular Source Awards. So this is when we was all performing off of DAT tapes, crack? So you know, once the motherfucking engineer press play on your DAT tape, it ain't like you could stop that shit and pull
No, you got to go.
You got to go, right? So Tribe was Tribe was doing their acceptance speech for Best Group of the Year. They had won the award for that year at the Source. And Tupac was supposed to be the next performance after their acceptance speech was complete and Pac got introduced, right? So somehow the production person, the stage production manager, wasn't paying attention to what was really happening. And the motherfucker ended up pressing play in the middle of the Tribe acceptance speech. So Pac just comes out there performing all over their speech like he was shitting on their speech. You feel me? So that wasn't Pac's fault, but it looked like a flagrant Pac disrespect.
It looked like some Pac shit.
Right. It looked like a flagrant Pac disrespect.
Pac 101.
Right. So, you know, and at the time, because Pac, you know, had this little rep of being a little bit of a loose cannon, it looked like, all right, here he go again, right? So the beef starts. Pac comes off the stage, Tribe, they with Zulu Nation, and shit get crazy. So it ain't lead to no blows, but a pressure was very intense between Tribe and Pac at the time. And they ended up, fortunately, not going to blows, but they didn't walk away from that shit with the beef squashed. So it was going to lead to something if they crossed paths again and somebody didn't step in to intervene and mediate and try to put it to bed. Pac came back to the Oakwood Apartments.
And you there?
Yeah, and I'm there. And he know my relationship with Q-Tip. So he gave me the call and said, you got to come check me real quick. So I come in, I pull up on Pac. When I pull up on Pac, we ain't even talk about it right away. I get to his apartment and we in there chilling, and he actually got mad blood all over the place. And he had an MPC 60 beat machine in his apartment, and it was looping this Isley Brothers sample. And he had wrote about 3-4 songs to the same sample for different records, which was confusing to me because I never saw that. Like, I write one song to a beat, I'm not writing a different song to the same beat. Pac wrote 3 or 4 songs to this same sample, and we blowing tree, and you know, I ain't want to seem anxious to know what he was talking about, because you know it's also the vibe. We hanging around, we blowing tree, we just vibing and chilling. So it almost was like he forgot to talk to me about what he called me to talk to him for, because he had got caught up in writing these songs. So I eventually said to him, you wanted to holler at me about something? And he go, oh yeah. So, you know, this is what happened with me and Q-Tip, and I know you and Q-Tip is like brothers, and it wasn't my fault. They press play on the DAC. I fucking hear my song. I go out there, I got to do what I'm doing. I didn't, you know, I'm focusing on the shit that I got to do, so I wasn't even really paying attention to the fact that they was doing their acceptance speech. And when they approached me on some shit, I didn't know what it was about. I need Q-Tip to know I wasn't on no bullshit. Like, I got unbelievable respect for Tip and Fife and Tribe. So could you get us on the phone? Because he ain't have Tip number. So I called Tip, and I talked to Tip about Pac getting on the wanting to talk to him. Him and Pac spoke. And what's the dude that used to be on BET with the light brown eyes and shit? Donnie Simpson or something?
Donnie Simpson, the
Simpson.
green-eyed guy.
What? He was still on BET at the time.
He's still fly, by the way. He works at a radio station in D.C. He's the Billy D's of the game. He's still fly.
Oh, that's a fact.
Still on the radio in D.C.
And he got the motherfucking Billy D. Williams voice for real. He definitely big up to Donnie Simpson, legend. So Tip and Pac spoke. They actually squashed the shit, and they were now trying to strategize a way to get on BET and do a public truce. And it didn't get to happen. Interestingly enough, during that same time frame, Pac, this is when Jack the Rapper was still popping. You know all about Jack the Rapper, crack.
In Atlanta.
Jack
That's
the Rapper.
when I met Tupac.
Right. So Jack the Rapper comes, and Pac was redoing, he was fully restoring us, I think like a 67 Chevy Impala or a 64, something like that. And he had it fully done up. He shipped the shit down to Atlanta. He goes down there. Couple days pass and shit. You hear about this police shooting with these off-duty cops that Tupac was involved in. Tupac comes back to LA. And when he gets back to LA, me and Omar pulled up on him, check him and shit. And then, we was vibing for a minute, and then Omar left, and I stayed. The difference was, Pac was still on his, put a loop on the MPC, write a bunch of songs of that shit, steam a bunch of weed. But this time, he was a lot more paranoid, because he thought, as a result of that situation transpiring down there, the police is the whole United States. Them niggas will put a calling in a different state, and they police friends or brothers in the next city will come and see you. He felt something like that was going to happen as a result of what transpired in Atlanta, in LA. So he just was on some super paranoid, constantly looking out the window shit. He got his ratchet closet right. Like, he really thought somebody was coming to get him at that point. But just watching Pac go through all of these phases, I'm saying all of this to say the situation with him and Big and the discomfort for me was Pac had gotten to a place where there wasn't really no talking to him. There really wasn't no ability to mediate the situation. He had gotten a little too far gone with what he had surrounded himself with, becoming a part of the death row family. And you know, there was
Yeah,
other.
I know. When I first had beef with 50 Cent, couldn't nobody talk me off that mountain. Like I was like, it was all smoke. I lost friends. If a friend of mine worked with him or anything, yeah, I was like on some beyond bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I know it could get to a place like that. I'm gonna skip because I keep seeing too many of our friends are on here.
Right.
Michael Rappaport, Daz Dillinger.
Salute to Daz Dillinger.
Daz is on here.
Word up.
Michael Rappaport.
What's up, Mike? What up, Mike? What up, boy?
But I'm gonna be honest with you. The names that won't stop is this fucking Switch Beats and Timberland, right?
Switch Beats and Timberland is our motherfucking brothers now. Come on now.
Hold up. These are my brothers.
I'm not even gonna lie. I'm ready to get to that talk for real, for real.
Yo,
let's get to that. Let's get to that. Fuck you mean? Let's get to that.
Boss.
Matter of fact.
Hold up, boss.
I know I need a drink now. Now I'm
all right.
Let me get my fire.
I'm gonna get my Ciroc too.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm loading up.
Water.
I'm loading up.
Pass my Ciroc bottle.
Black excellence. Let's go. The people ain't.
Hey yo, Diddy,
Diddy,
we gonna rep you all the time, bruh. It ain't just gonna be on Joe Crack side. We got it on this side too, bruh. Fuck you mean? Hey yo, big up my man Will Castro from Unique. You know we love him. You know we love Castro. He just left me. Cheers to you.
Hold on, let me
get. Mix me up, King, please. I gotta toast with you the right way. Let me get my glass in my hand. The floor is yours, Crack.
Shout out Anthony Ramos from Brooklyn on here.
Hold up, big up my brother motherfucking Webb real quick. Kev Webb, Spider Webb, Brooklyn. He's Flatbush. Biscuit, salute. The whole
shout out to my dog Special.
My motherfucking brother. My motherfucking brother Special ENT. Fuck you mean? Big up Split Star.
Hold up.
Split Star, the efficiency corner colonel. I can't not big up Split.
Split Star, I want to do it better. I got something I got to tell you about Split after this. Split needs a rollout.
Wait, hold on, one more. I saw my oldest son who gave me that conversation that I was talking to you about with my unhealthy shit. He's on here. Big up my oldest son, the heir to the throne, Tazaya. I love you, my young king. And all the rest of my beautiful kids. I love all of y'all.
Yo, boss.
What up, champ?
So this
AB Butler, hold up. AB, I see you, AB.
Yo, boss, AB, my brother. I love AB. He's the super real one.
That's a fact.
He got a lot of pack in him.
That's a fact. That's a fucking fact. Hold up, Crack. Can we toast properly now?
Here you go, my brother. You know I love you, brother. We toast all the time, man. We toast all the time. You know I love you, brother. I'm much finer vodka. So now let me just tell AB, one time I was going to fight 30 security guards, the cock diesel dudes, 3 7-footers, this, that. They thought they were going to finally beat up Fat Joe. And everybody was there. It was at the All I Do Is Win video. And everybody was acting like they didn't see that Fat Joe was going to get pounded out. I really was going to get pounded out. These dudes is like internal security or whatever.
Right.
AB walks over, I swear to God, and stands next to me and said, yo, Crack, I'm with you. 2D.
Yo, AB
and he comes, he won my respect to the end of life. Like, he stood next to me. You know, he little. Like, yo, Crack, I'm with you as whatever. But, you know, long story short, we told the 30 security, one step closer, we shooting your face off. And they stopped in the tracks.
Yeah.
So I didn't really want, they not beating me up. But anyway, let's forget that, right? So T.I. comes on here. He's talking about New York rappers. He goes at 50. I don't know why.
I saw that.
The king. Let's not get it fucked up.
That's my brother.
And the Goody Mob came in and said, here's the king of the South. Goody Mob told me this. By the way, Goody Mob told me you the one who put all that knowledge in them that they was speaking on that first album. and all that.
I love Goody Mob so much. They were very, very close to me at the time. We used to all be in Dallas, Austin. We gonna get back to T.I. We was all very close to each other in Dallas, Austin studio in Atlanta back in 93, 94. This is when I just broke up with Leaders, and I was trying to figure out what I was gonna do with my life. I was confused for a minute. Dallas Austin called me. He reached out to me and said, yo, Bus, come to Atlanta. I get to Atlanta. He 18 years old, $4 million motherfucking facility called Dark Studio, Dallas Austin Recording Projects. He got about $6-7 million worth of cars in the front of the studio, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, all type of shit. His fucking wall is full of plaques of shit he produced. TLC's albums, fucking 5, 6, 7 million. Another Bad Creation albums, double, triple platinum. Boys II Men, 10 million. Clive Davis loved Dallas because he was a genius with his art as a producer, as a songwriter, and he was young. He was the fresh, new motherfucking wave. He had his finger on the pulse of what was going on. He knew how to hit the center of the bullseye, not only when it came to making a hit record, but when it came to being able to make them records that was hits that was going to generate a shitload of fucking money. On top of that, Dallas Austin had a conversation with me because he knew that I had Rampage as my artist, and he was like, yo, I like Rampage. You know what I'm saying? And while you figuring out what you doing with your solo shit, now that you broke up with Leaders, let's put this executive hat on you. I got the label deal with Arista, with Clive Davis, with Riley Records. So, you know, I'm distributed by the major. And, you know, I'm gonna give you this production deal. And, you know, me and you gonna partner up. And we gonna put out Rampage through your shit. So that nigga powered me up. He gave me the fucking Pac-Man super pellets and shit. I powered up crazy. And I put my executive hat on for the first time. This is when Flip Mode is born. So I needed a company name for my company through Dallas, my production company. And he was like, you got to come up with a name. Give me a name, and I'm going to help you get the logo. So I'm sitting, and I'm thinking of my lyrics to shit that I might have said that was cool to me, that would rep my company and rep me best. I go to the second scenario, the scenario remix, and there's a part in the rhyme when I say, open up your mouth if you want the food to get rude, Flip Mode, because I'm in the mood. Yeah, man, that's how it goes. Body get ruck up, blood coming out the nose. So that line, Flip Mode, I said, that sound like me because I like flipping the mode on shit. I don't like doing shit regular. So I go back to Dallas and I say, I want to name my shit Flip Mode Entertainment. And I'm going to build the artist roster and call them Flip Mode Squad. So Dallas goes, he said, I'm going to get back to you with some logo options. And he comes back to me and he presents me like 6 options. And the one that the world finally got to see is the one that I got from Dallas, Flip Mode. So like you look at it, there's an upside down Flip Mode and then there's a right side up. Every time you turn it around, it reads right side up. I said, this is the dopest fucking logo ever. So I take the name, we start Flip Mode Entertainment. Rampage comes out with his first single, Beware the Ramp Sack. That shit did all right. Then we come right after that with Wild for the Night. We flatline and shit. So while I'm going through this with Dallas in Dark Studio, George Clinton used to be there. George Clinton, you know, Goody Mob, Gip from Goody Mob, you know, Joy, you know, the mother of Gip's child and a beautiful friend, and she's a queen and a royal empress. She was a part of that from the beginning stages. Monica was a part of that. I was looking at Monica when she was 13 years old, coming in there with a voice like she was Aretha Franklin at 13.
Yeah, that's what they was telling me. It was like Monica was like one of the guys. TLC was in there like it was the crew.
Oh yeah, TLC was in there crazy. Left out.
Shout out Jermaine Dupri on the check-in. Jermaine Dupri.
Salute to Jermaine Dupri.
Yo, boss.
Wait, no. You gotta let me finish.
Okay.
Sorry, Crack.
No.
Okay. This is who you got on the show today.
All right, I know. Busta Rhymes. You know I don't want no smoke.
You know. We got too much history. You're gonna let me talk now. Dallas had George Clinton in his spot, me, Joy, Gip, all of us, Monica, everybody. We at random moments, we always was crossing paths in Dallas's headquarters. And when George Clinton pulled up in there, it was like, okay, Jesus Christ is here. You feel me? So he used to school us so much to the high sciences that it was incredible to sponge up shit from this man that we getting firsthand from somebody that been ripping shit from the 70s, fucking the game up with music when we was just being born. And his shit is still timeless classic shit now that we have age to make music ourselves. But he started to give us, he gave me this book called Behold the Pale Horse, written by William J. Cooper. And that book is what completely changed my whole perspective. That combined with, of course, being, you know, a member of the 5% Nation of the Gods and Earths. So, you know, I'm already dealing with high science shit. So by the time George Clinton gave me this book, I was so intrigued by the sciences I was already getting being 5%. I just gravitated to this shit. Sponged up the book. That book and the sciences turned my whole album catalog into The Coming, When Disaster Strikes, Extinction Level Event, Anarchy, Genesis, It Ain't Safe No More, Big Bang. All that shit came from the everlasting impression that those moments left on me. Gave Gippin them the book. It turned Goody Mob into high scientists as well. They was high scientists too. Cell therapy came. I don't know if that might have even bled into Outkast because they was Southern Cadillac playalistic music first, and then they went to AT Aliens real quick.
Yeah.
You feel me? But what I'm saying is Dallas was the nucleus to the cell of all of this. EPMD broke up. Dallas called Eric Sermon, told him to come up here and put that executive hat on and get your Def Squad shit popping and let's go. When Andre Harrell let go Diddy, God bless the soul of Andre Harrell, he called Diddy and told Diddy to come to Darp Studio, pull up, let's put this executive hat on. I'm going to introduce you to Clive Davis and you're going to get this bad boy shit started and you're going to go. Dallas Austin was responsible for a lot of us becoming powerful. He was really, believe it or not, Dallas is the guy that all of this black excellence, powerful executive in hip hop started from. It was Dallas. I'm talking about, this is what I'm witnessing firsthand. He was already on with his own label before any Def Squad, Flip Mode, or Bad Boy. He had Rowdy already moving and shaking. So I'm saying all of this to say that the Goody Mob shit, the careers of Monica, my executive hat, Eric Sermon's executive hat, Diddy's executive hat, all of this shit happened in Atlanta at Dallas Austin's studio.
Wow. That's the biggest Joker moment ever. That's the biggest Joker moment ever. And let me tell you something. His mother knows how to cook, bro. I've been to that house on Sundays.
Hey, yo, listen, bro. I've been to
that house.
I've been to that beautiful house. I don't know if she's still in Stone Mountain. But
shit with the spaceship. It looked like a spaceship.
Oh, you talking about Dallas or Dallas's mom?
Dallas Austin.
Right. No, his crib is the Enterprise from Star Trek. It's that spaceship. And he built the shit from the ground up. And they Dallas is just on such another level of shit. Like, he had the incredible Lenny Kravitz design his crib, man. They designed that house together, man. Like, bro, Dallas has always been one of the most profound forward thinkers that I've ever met to this day. And I'm singing that man his praise because I've watched too many years pass by. And I don't even hear him get this kind of acknowledgement from anyone even closest to him. And I'm not trying to take anything away from anybody because there's so many people that love him. But my appreciation for him is different.
I'm going to invite him on the show.
You got to.
You just set it off and me and him, we're going to talk. Let's get into right now. The biggest thing in COVID the whole shit, the world stopped in 100 years, and verses. T.I. called out 50 Cent. He came on here, he sounded like he had a real problem with New York rappers and all that. I don't know why we've always embraced him. But it's cool. Now, Busta Rhymes wants to smoke. Everybody's scared of you. I believe that it should have been, well, I can't say what I was going to say right now, but I look at Busta Rhymes like Snoop Dogg. Like, so many hits that it's almost impossible to even face somebody like Busta Rhymes or Snoop Dogg. T.I.'s a legend, king of the South. Would you battle or celebration of hip-hop, of music, T.I. on verses? Would you go for T.I. and do this? Everybody's listening.
First of all, happy belated birthday to my brother T.I. Second of all, me and T.I. have one of the most incredible relationships. We don't got to speak every day. T.I. know how I stand tall for him. I put myself in the line of fire for T.I. whenever I need to, because I love that brother like my brother for real. But the one thing about me that I think everybody knows pretty well, I respectfully compete beyond description. I sit in the fucking smoking section. I smoke cigars, the most pristine cigars. I smoke a little bit of bud now because I'm on my health and wellness fitness. So I don't smoke tree like I used to. But I sit in the most congested smoking section with all the bud smokers, period. Let me finish. I might just purposely drive one of my older vehicles that I ain't get tuned up recently because that muffler smoke's still black and it might need an oil change. Ride around with that shit and just pollute the environment for no reason. I might just blow a few little motherfucking steam puffs out of my nostrils if I get in the mood on some dragon shit for real when it comes to this smoke shit. T.I., it is intriguing to me that you have such a concern with New York MCs. I want to understand what that's about, but from one brother that loves you to my brother that knows I love him, I'm begging you to step in the ring with me. I'm a bust your ass. And let me tell you something. We're gonna do it with grace. But I'm a bust T.I. I'm gonna bust your ass. Come on, T.I. Let's have fun.
Woo!
Let's have fun, T.I.
This is quick. Let me tell you something.
Let's have fun, T.I.
No, this is gonna be quick. It's gonna be a quick, expeditiously response. ASAP.
You know I know my brother. But see, this is why I have to say it this way, because T.I., he don't play no games. He don't sugarcoat shit, and he's not no fucking half-stepper. And with me knowing that T.I. accepts every and any challenge, I got to make sure that I'm clear about accepting every and any challenge with him. And that's it.
You got people. Remy just commented he want all the smoke. Everybody's going crazy right now. This shit. Breaking news is going down. T.I. Busta. It's going down. There's no way around it. Versus is going down. T.I.'s gonna respond whenever he wants. We both know he doesn't back down from the smoke.
He don't back down from shit. And I love him for it, because this is who he has always been. He don't back down from nothing. This is what the art and the culture was built on. We ain't supposed to back down from shit. If everybody running around here talking about how they the best, this MC, that, and all, you hear that shit all the time. Fuck talking about that. Be about that then. If you really believe that, show me better than you could tell me. Because I don't know no other way. I believed it so much when I ain't even know how to do it. That belief came to fruition for me and for a lot of us, because we believed it that much. You know, this shit that we do, it ain't no book science. They ain't teaching us this shit in no school. The reason why it happens is because we believe it so fucking much. We want it so fucking bad that somehow there's a thing going on with you and something greater than man with this energy you put in the universe, and it comes back and it comes to fruition. I ain't fixing shit that ain't broke. That shit always worked for me. I want the smoke bad, and I want it with my brother T.I. Let's fucking go. Nothing else to talk about. I mean, if you want to keep talking about it, I'm cool, but I think I made myself clear.
No. We know it's out there. It's in the.
Cheers, T.I.
Yo.
Cheers, T.I.
Yo. Nah. It's out. It's gone. It's nothing we can do about it. Shout out to my cousin, Carmencita. She's the #1 Busta Rhymes fan. She's going crazy in these comments right here. I can't control the shit. She going nuts.
Yo, Crack, you fucking set this up. You lined this up just now.
Nah, I did that.
You knew what you was fucking doing. You set this up, and I love it. And I love it. I fucking love it. Fuck you mean?
Yo, Bust.
Yo.
That would be the most incredible. Busta Rhymes, T.I. will be the most incredible. The man got hits. The man, the king of the South. And you bust a bust. You're an institution. Like, I wonder if, like, when certain rappers eventually, 100 years from now, die, God forbid, is they going to be in, like, museums and shit? Like, it gotta be a Busta Rhymes section in the fucking museum of natural. No, I swear to God. Like, yo, Bust, you've been around since this shit, and you consistently stay on everybody. The kids love you from the Chris Brown. Every time I think Yo, Bust, let me tell you something. Shout out to Mona Scott.
Listen.
Sylvia Rome.
Shout to Mona Scott, Sylvia. They are the mothers and the architects of what molded and shaped Busta Rhymes career-wise and professionally. I don't know what the fuck I would have been able to do without those two incredible women. But you know, women are the greatest nurturers. I was in the best care with those women involved with my life. That's the reason why my wins were so great. They took care of me like I was their child, like I was their younger brother. They loved me for real. To this day, I love the both of them undescribably. Like, they are forever etched in the DNA of my legacy. You know what I'm saying? And you know, ain't none of this shit gonna happen without me giving it up to my mother. You know, everybody, I just want y'all to be clear. My mom's had to sign my record deal when I was 17, December 12th, 1989. And she could have woke up in a mood that day because maybe I misbehaved the night before while I'm still living in her crib. And she could have said, fuck you, I ain't signing shit. Go take your ass out and go get some fucking chores done in the house and shut your ass up and sit down. But my mom was one of the strongest supporters of this shit. My mom used to cook good Jamaican food and bring that shit to the studio to feed me, Charlie Brown, and Dinko 12 o'clock at night. Get up out her bed, drive to the studio while we was in the studio with Chuck D and them shit was at in Hempstead, Long Island. When we was trying to figure it out and feed us to make sure that we had our stomach full so we could be at our fullest when it was time to work.
Bus, was you ever signed to Chuck D?
No, we was never signed to Chuck D or Hank Shockley, but they gave us everything. Chuck D gave me everything. He gave me my name, Busta Rhymes. They gave us the name leaders of the new school. They gave us the fundamentals, the code of ethics, the fiber, the infrastructure, the understanding, the whole navigation system on how you needed to be at your fullest. How you needed to be a well-rounded artist. How you needed to be so that motherfuckers would have a difficult time competing with you.
I know you was there when Ice Cube was working on his album out there.
America's Most Wanted. I was there from the beginning before the first song was recorded. Big up to Ice Cube. And you know something? It's interesting, not to veer off, we're going to come back to that, but it's interesting to watch people, these countless voiceless people in this era and in this time frame that should be lucky they didn't come from our time frame. See, our time frame, you can't just at somebody's name and talk disrespectfully and hide behind your little fucking computer. You said shit, you needed to be conscious of how you spoke, because you couldn't speak behind a computer. When you said shit, it was usually being said to someone. And this 6 degrees of separation shit is real. So you also have to be mindful of who you said shit to, because you don't know if it's going to get back to the person you're talking about. And you also don't know how soon or how long it will be before you cross paths with the motherfucker you talking on. And accountability was real. When you said the wrong shit and you run into a motherfucker, you might have got your fucking face broken for it. And that wasn't such a bad thing, because it made people rethink how they should act and how they should live. And it was called being a little more mindful and a little more respectful. And even if you had an issue with somebody, you would be a little more conscious about who you say it to, and maybe you would be a little more courageous about speaking to them directly, so that the conversation could be a civil one, even if it's to agree to disagree. But nowadays, you know, you see all of these people talking crazy. You want to try to cancel a god like him? That man been fighting for our people his whole fucking career. That man been fighting for our people. He's actually going to try to get something for our people. How can you cancel a man that's going to try to get something for our people? Let me ask one question. Black and brown people, I done lived through, and if you and my age, we done lived through a lot of Democrats and a lot of Republicans being in office. I have not seen the benefit or the advantage of a Democrat or a Republican being in office, because niggas still got killed the same fucking way, no matter which one of them was in office. The disproportionate racial imbalance has not only been the same, but has gotten worse, no matter which one of them was in the office, for black people and brown people. How the fuck we canceling Ice Cube? You crazy? Don't get caught up in the propaganda of these fucking shenanigans that these politicians play. Remember, they politicians. We people. How the voting shit work too, though, right? The voting thing works. When you vote, you vote for a president, or you vote for the member of the electoral college? Which one is it?
Well, it's two ways. It's two ways. It's the electoral college, and you vote for whatever the president. I say, because I voted today, Bus, right? And I know me and you could be on here for 4 hours about that. But
Right.
I say Ice Cube is right to ask for accountability for black people. All he's asking for is, could you put down in paper what's really going on? The only thing that I think is a little wrong about it is, and I know they say the same gimmick every year, every 4 years, is like, this is it. You got to vote now or forever hold your peace, or this country's going to the thing. So I just can't stomach or digest our president right now. I can't watch him on TV talking all this divisive shit, splitting the country in half. So me personally, I would say that I'm with Ice Cube the day after Joe Biden wins, and we'll hold him accountable to what Ice Cube is saying. I'm with him, because I have to agree with you. I had this conversation with my mother and father yesterday. We've been Democrats since I was born. And so I'm telling my mother, I said, listen, we are not the same black and brown people of 1970, 1980, even though it was intelligent, but it was scarce, right? Now, we have really built intelligence on another level.
Right.
And our vote means we want to see what's done for our community. So I'm with Ice Cube in that 1,000,000%. I just personally, Fat Joe, cannot stomach this guy on TV for 4 more years. I just can't. Personally. That's all I'm saying.
I'm with you, Crack. 1,000,000%.
And about canceling, the whole shit is some fuck shit. The whole cancel nation, the whole whatever they doing on Twitter is the biggest fuck shit I've ever seen in my life. You got a person who, the way I deal with people is I deal with their integrity and their actions by years. So somebody can tell me, Bus, you never lied to me, Bus. You can actually come in my house and there's $1 million watch there, and you possibly could have been the only dude in this motherfucker, and the watch is missing, and I couldn't say Busta Rhymes stole it. Because I'd be like, yo, I know this man 20-something years. He ain't never like, I gotta go on the track record. And what the fuck are we living for if we can't judge people by their track record? That's all I'm saying. So like with Ice Cube, he's 1,000,000% correct. I'm with him. I just need personally, Bus, and I know we can talk forever about this. I need this guy out of here. Like,
I'm with you. I'm with you, King. I'm with you. But I'm going to be honest with you, King. You know, as much as we need Trump out of here, we also need to make sure these politicians, which they are so trained to be incredible politicians, they know how to put that face on. They know how to lie with the straight face. They know how to look in your fucking eyeball and lie. They know how to do that so well. They've done it so long to our people. They promise so much shit. They don't make good on their word. There's no accountability for it. See, I'm going to watch this, and I'm going to watch a lot of people that got these perspectives, and I'm going to really look to see what y'all going to say when we about 2 years in, if Biden wins. Matter of fact, let's say when Biden wins, because I'm tired of this Trump nigga too, right? So, you know, everybody got their shit with them now.
I said first day. Listen to me, Bus.
Let me just
First
finish,
day.
Crack. Let me just finish, Crack. Everybody got their shit with him. Biden got some shit with him that he's, you know, he realized he made a lot of mistakes on in the past. Some of these things are not even, there's a few things that ain't coming up too. But we're going to leave it where it is. All I'm saying is, I'm watching these debates. I'm watching the campaign trail. We are in a different space in our life, Crack. Not only because we was raised a certain way, but we really are tired, like Cube, of being lied to. We are tired of being lied to, Crack. And that's why this accountability shit is so real, brother. So I just really want
to say the first day after inauguration, Biden got to sit down with everybody and let us know, because in the next few years they ain't running this again. They not running this play. The next election is the most. They're not running that in 3 years.
I don't even know. I don't even Crack. I don't even know if motherfuckers is gonna be willing to hear any of that shit after he win. It's not gonna be no reason to, because he done secured his win already. What the fuck he gotta sit down and talk to anybody for after he got what he want?
Listen, they have a fraternity called the Democrats. Everybody will be in trouble, and I'm telling you, I'm a lifetime Democrat. I never voted Republican in my life.
Likewise, by the way, never voted Republican in my life.
They're in trouble
on a local level and on a fucking presidential level. Never.
But they're in trouble. The Democratic Party is if we don't see real results for the black and brown community on paper, new laws and all that. In the next 3 years, they're in big trouble. But we're not going for it. We're not going for it no more. I already told my mother and father. This is how deep this shit is, boss. I sat down with my mother and father, the people who taught me how to vote. I said, look, we're not going for this shit no more. We're going to get Biden. We're going to go a lot on, but we want to see results. Ice Cube's not wrong, but I'm just saying, you see how them boys ran with the throwing the Trump hat?
Oh yeah, nah. But yeah, they the fuckery level is unprecedented, bro. We are seeing the fuckery level on a it's reaching new heights, crack. Like we've never seen none of this. This shit we watching right now, this shit is definitely out of some fucking some Hollywood script from somewhere.
Oh no, this is a movie.
This is all the way a movie.
I won't tell you who. I won't tell you who, but our brother, you know who I'm talking about. Our brother. I'm chilling with him and he says, yo, I want you to know this is a movie. I said, yo, what do you mean? Oh no, we living in a movie. Like, he like, yo, in 2 years, 2020's coming out in the theater near you. He said, this shit is a movie. I'm looking at him, he's like, this is a movie. Like, I want you to know, in 2 years from now, when all this shit is over, this is going to be the biggest movie Hollywood ever made.
That's real
There's
shit.
So much fuckery going on all over. This shit is crazy.
It's beyond crazy.
Boss, I want to take it back to, and then, you know, we rock it. Flavor in Your Ear remix.
Right.
LLU. Biggie, rest in peace, Craig Mack.
Rampage.
Rampage went crazy on there too.
No doubt.
Everybody wanted to rap on that beat right there. How did you feel when you jumped on there with LL? You was on there with the greatest of the greats. How did you feel? What is your best remix that you was on, that you most proud of being on? And was there ever another remix that somebody else made, another artist, that they didn't call you for the remix and you was like, if I'd have got on that shit, I would have fucked that remix up?
The first thing is, the first question to answer is, how did it feel being on Flavor in Your Ear with LL, Big, Craig Mack, Rampage? There's no greater feeling than to be in the company of LL, period. That's like, before we could get to anybody else, to be able to do anything with L, if that ain't the most dream come true shit for a nigga like me and you,
yeah, it's my dream.
That was my dream come true, to ever be able to do something with one of the most dangerous swordsmen lyrically to ever exist in this culture to this day. So L, and one of the best to ever do it, period. That's the GOAT for real. So that in itself was some shit that I'm still floating on that cloud. I can't even front.
You knew he was on there when you wrote your verse.
Yeah, I definitely knew he was on there. Big was starting to really get into this magical place. And it was like, wow, I'm watching this evolution happen with him right before my eyes. That was just like, fucking shit, bro. Craig was already leading the charge because Big wasn't really out yet. It was just, this was Craig's moment. You know, he's leading the bad boy charge. So when I came to Puff, well, when I got the call and I came to Puff to get on the record, when they reached out to me to get on it, my situation at the time was breaking Rampage. I already knew what I was going to do.
Yeah, how you even finagle that? Like, you on the record with LL, you on the record with motherfucking B.I.G. It's the hottest record in the universe. Like, I mean, I remember one day, my birthday at the Fever, I had anybody you could name there, and every single rapper was like, yo, throw on the Craig back, me, throw on the Craig. Everybody rapped on that shit. I'm like, and then you got Rampage, who is fairly new, on the remix. How did you finagle that?
So this is what happened. I told Puff, I need Rampage on this record. It's my new artist, and the motherfucker get busy. You let him get on. If you don't like the verse, you ain't got to use it. We ain't looking for no bag for him. We just want the look. So this is how Puff did his brother at the time. He knew he had to pay Busta Rhymes. But, you know, Puff a hustler.
Oh.
This
day.
Puff, one of the greatest hustlers to ever do it. It's big up to Puff. But my brother said to me, you want your man on this? First of all, we got to love the verse. Secondly, you want your man on this motherfucking record, bro? You got to do your verse for free. I said, that's how you going to do me, nigga? He said, I'm not doing shit. You choose. I made my choice. We playing chess, right? We ain't playing checkers, right? There's a bigger picture here, right? Okay, cool. I got to situate my man. Rampage got to have this look. This ain't no other opportunity might ever come around like this again for him to be in such great company. You know what I'm saying? So it was a legendary chess move. I am the most proudest of that decision that I made at that time under the circumstances. And if I had to do it again, I'd do it the fuck again. For another one of my new artists, he could be in great company like that because I got some phenomenal artists. Big up OT Genesis. Big up Stove God Cooks. Big up Prayer. Big up Murder Mook. Big up J Doe. Big up Trillion. Fuck you, man. By the way, OT Genesis got the monster new single out right now with Charlie Wilson and Chris Brown. Please go and experience that, people. And by the way, one of the best albums to drop this fucking year, and I've comfortably waited to say this shit because this project has been out for some months. But I just wanted to see all of the other shit that might have came out so that I can comfortably say this. Stove God Cooks has an album called Reasonable Drought. And it is produced entirely by Rock Marcy, my other fucking brother. This has to be one of the most incredible albums. I would be comfortable enough to say top 3 albums, hands down, this entire year. And if y'all got any back talk, don't give me no back talk prematurely, because I ain't entertaining none of that. Do yourself the biggest fucking favor and go listen to Stove God Cooks' Reasonable Drought album, and then maybe you could comment in one of my gram posts a few days from now, because you need to replay it probably 2 or 3 times and experience the whole experience from top to bottom without skipping a song. See, y'all so used to just picking shit apart because of these streaming platforms and shit. Y'all ain't even doing yourself the justice of being able to appreciate what really goes into the intricacies of putting together a cohesive body of work. Y'all missing out on so much magic. Just the way a song goes into the other song. There might be some shit in that little 10 seconds that's such a magical fucking moment that you missing out on. Treat yourself to that. It don't take more than about an hour, one day, so you could just appreciate the refreshing first time experience. The second day you get to dissecting the shit. You want to start rewinding punchlines and metaphors. And then the third time you listen, you're very clear and you got an understanding of what the fuck is going on. Then you could comment. Then you could call me and talk about what I'm talking about. But again, big up motherfucking Stove God Cooks and the rest of the conglomerate family. That's that.
What's the remix you wish you was on that you ain't get on?
Okay. Let me think about this. Overall, or you talking about old shit or recent shit?
Overall, you heard a remix, not recent. It could be anything, recent or old. What's the song you
I'm gonna tell you the remix that I wish I was able to rhyme on. When it was new and fresh. But I ended up doing my own version of the shit on the Genesis album anyway. But when Pete Rock did Shut 'Em Down remix for Public Enemy, I cried down that shit, bro. I cried. I cried several times. Like, it wasn't just one time I cried. Like, Crack, you remember what the fuck that beat and that remix and that marriage with Chuck D's voice and that production made you feel like?
No, that shit was crazy.
Yo, you know how we used to wish certain records was ours? You remember how we used to do that a lot? We would be around a nigga, we love their record so much, but we couldn't even really say it to him. I wish your fucking record was mine. Yo, you know what I'm talking about, Crack? Yo, that was one of them records, bro. I just was like, you know another record that did that to me? The World Is Yours remix that Pete Rock did for Nas' Illmatic album 2. Jesus Christ. I think I rhymed on that beat on a doo-wop mixtape because I couldn't take it.
You know, for me, it's banned from TV.
You know something? You absolutely right. I forgot. I can't forget that. I think I rhymed on a remake version of Banned from TV. Later on, Nori did it over. I wanted in on the original so fucking bad, Crack.
Yeah, that was it.
Bad.
When that shit comes on to this day, my goosebumps goes on, and I'm just like, oh my God, that shit is amazing. Banned from TV. Shout out to Swiss on the check-in.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
That banned from TV, but you put your foot in Annie Up's ass, you put your foot in, and then Victory.
Matter of fact,
Victory.
big salute to MOP, Remy Ma, and motherfucking Tef, because the 20-year anniversary of Annie Up just passed. Just passed a couple of fucking days ago.
You know, Fame called me a couple of days ago. I was sleeping. And when I woke up, I seen the fucking shit, and Static Select was like, yo, Fame was calling you. And I was like, oh my God, tell him I love him. I love him.
My brother, love MOP for infinity lifetimes. For infinity lifetimes, bro. Real shit.
Yo, Bus.
Yo.
It's been 11 years. I could talk about Extinction Level. I got so much shit, Bus. Bus, we're gonna break this. We're gonna break a record. But all right. And my thing is, it took you 11 years to make this album. Now, this album is the holy grail of holy grails. It's like, it is what it is. I don't want to talk about certain things. Tell me why 11 years, why, how do you work on an album in 11 years? And I know you got like 500 songs. How do you pick? Yo, Bus, you in the studio for 11 years. You've been in the studio every night.
That's a fact.
I don't even know how you could pay for the budget for a studio for 11 years. There
is no budget. It's just my money, and I love the studio, and I don't think that anyone is more of a testament of investing in yourself than me, because I don't know anybody who wants it more than me. Still,
artists out there, invest in yourself. You heard Bus.
Real
invest
shit.
in yourself. Continue, Bus. 11 years, Bus. I know who's on the album. It's fucking out of this fucking world. No, Bus, this ain't no regular type. Shout out to Breon. Breon on the check. And
well, Breon, salute. I do want to say big shout out to Jamie Foxx. He's going through a turbulent time right now.
I didn't know that.
I don't want to put it out there on no negative shit. It's just, you know, family lost a very significant loved one in his family.
I gotta hit him up. I love Jamie, man.
Yeah, I want everybody real quick to just send they most beautiful, you know, prayers and incredible energy to our brother Jamie Foxx, and just wish him well through this challenging time. And Jamie, we love you, and you know, May the blessings continue to be bestowed on overflowing levels on you and your family during these times, brother. I love you, and forgive me if I
Yeah, he's
disclose
one of the
anything about
best
him.
people I know on earth.
Real talk.
He's one of the best people I know on earth. Jamie Foxx makes everybody happy, always makes you feel good. He always comes through for everybody. So prayers out to
Real
Jamie.
talk.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy, boss.
Yeah. I didn't want to throw the energy in a negative place, but you know, we know that we got to start being a little more responsible and taking the initiative with keeping each other up. You know what I'm saying? Especially during these times. You know, again, like we was talking about earlier, you know, as men, we're not really allowed to talk about when we're going through vulnerable times and vulnerable spaces in our lives. And we got to stop letting that shit be okay. Like, we should be able to start being more of a resource to each other, bro. And it's okay to ask each other for fucking help. You get what I'm saying? Like, I think, you know, it's imperative, especially in these times. I think people forget that, you know, as you get to these certain stages in your life, when we get to certain ages, you know, we realize that we only have 1 or 2 cycles in life left. When you done been through 1 or 2 or 3 of them already, and you're at the midway point.
We've been through 3.
We've been through 3.
Well, we've been through 3. I've been through 4 before the 3 in the streets. That was like 10 cycles.
Real shit.
Y'all, I don't even believe it, man. I can't even believe it.
It's a blessing what we've survived, and you in particularly, and what we here able to do in celebrating each other with this kind of dialogue we having. But with what we learned with and from the shit we done been through, how are we applying the shit that we've learned? And are we applying the shit that we've learned the way we're supposed to? I know, in particularly when it comes to the way we say we love each other, the way we say we rock with each other and support each other. I'm not with the talk no more the way I used to. Be okay with a person saying something and not living what they say. That don't mean that you have to do anything for anyone. It's still a choice thing. None of this should come with pressure or stress. But if you are in the position to help a brother, a friend, a loved one that you know really need it, and they are worthy of that blessing from you, you ain't taking nothing with you when it's time to go.
Oh, you never are.
Never are. So
talk to these people. Give me 1 minute, boss. I'm coming right. I gotta use the bathroom.
Got you, King. Got you.
Got me fucked up. Talk to them 1 second, boss.
Yo, I'm gonna spend this time to acknowledge a few people. I want everybody to big up Vibes Cartel. It's one of the most incredible and one of the most profound artists to ever exist. Period. I want everybody to big up Buju Banton. Another one of the most incredibly profound artists to ever exist. I want everybody to big up Bounty Killer. That man is responsible for giving birth and breathing life into so many artists from dancehall culture. Big up Ninja Man. That is my brother and my friend. There's a lot of other artists that needs to be acknowledged on the dancehall circuit. I just want to big up the whole entire dancehall and Jamaican culture, because that's what made me. That's what gave birth to hip hop. Period.
Boss.
What's good, Crack?
Flowers.
Thank you.
You know, for many years, I thought Sade was her name. I didn't realize it was a group. I always thought it was Sade.
I always thought that too. I found that out later on. You're absolutely right.
Yo, it's a fucking group, right?
Hold on 1 second. I got to big up Be Worried. Y'all gonna learn who Be Worried is. Y'all know him, but y'all don't know him. Stay tuned. Let me say something, boss.
Boss, this is a big moment, though. You gotta let me finish this one.
Got you.
If Busta Rhymes, the name Busta Rhymes was a group, we would have to include one of the main ingredients, which is split star, you know.
On the bumper cloth, you mean Fat Joe? Of course, you have to include split star, man. What you mean, man? Bumper
Split
cloth.
star. Tell me about your relationship with Split Star. It's you. I even remember when you played the joint for me and Biggie. Split was it like you too? Because with no disrespect to Dougie Fresh, because Dougie Fresh is one of my role models. You are the greatest entertainer of all time. I mean, and Doug is beyond a living legend of a living. You know, we love, right? Because that's the only person, right? But yo, boss, tell me about you and Split Star. How you met? What's this relationship? What's this organic? Like, nobody else is like you two, bro.
Thank you, Crack. I mean, first of all, I love the fact that you giving me an opportunity to really express my gratification and my love for Spliff. Like, Spliff is my best friend. I got a few really incredible best friends that they come from my very, very, and it's not just my humble beginnings, just my beginnings, period. Spliff Star, my DJ Scratchator, my brother Kev Webb, and my brother Special. These are all 34, 35-year and better relationships. Every last name that I just called. So I'm talking like me and Spliff first really had our real, we knew each other before this moment, but this was the moment that turned us into friends. Me and my cousin Eric in Troy Avenue between Church and Linden Boulevard, Church Avenue and Linden Boulevard in East Flatbush, Brooklyn. My cousin, we all was raised in my cousin's crib. My cousins Zanab, Tashi, Mike Burrows, and Michelle. And that house, that was like the house that the whole block loved to come to, right? Because my Aunt Zonia and my Uncle Tony got 5 kids. They all was in similar age group. And it was just a turn up in their crib all the time because there was so many kids in that house. And Mike, God bless his soul, he was a DJ. And, you know, Eric was just the street kids, and Nab and Tash, you know, all of them was just the cute girls in the family and on the block and in the neighborhood. So me and Eric, we got birthdays 2 days apart. He's May 18th, I'm May 20th. So my aunt used to have birthday parties for us at the same time where we would share the birthday celebration, 2 cakes and the whole shit.
Yeah, me and Uncle Dan, my birthday's the 19th, his the 20th. We were so poor, we had 1 cake for both of us. We cut that bitch down the middle.
Real shit. Nah, that's
it's
real
a
shit.
fact.
That's the way we came up. So again, that same being on a budget, it wasn't no 2 separate birthday parties. We had to do them shits together. Let's knock this shit out one time. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Real shit. So we used to have these fake marriages with the cutest girl that we might have had a crush on in the neighborhood that was in our age group in our aunt's crib, right? So Janice, which is also a blood relative to the family, I had a crush on her, but obviously nothing ain't happening. We family. I'm 7 years old at the time. Spliff had a crush on her. Spliff is 8 years old. It's my birthday, so I get to marry her. I have the fake marriage ceremony, everything lit. The marriage is over. Spliff was upstairs the whole time, but right before the marriage happened, Spliff disappeared. He went outside. Spliff playing outside with the kids that's in front of the crib or whatever. Like he ain't stayed to see the marriage. After the marriage done, I cut the cake. We take a couple birthday pictures. I want to go downstairs and play with Spliff and them. I come downstairs to play with Spliff and them. As soon as I get in the circle where they was playing at, the nigga Spliff slapped the shit out of me. Pow! Nigga, you married my girlfriend, nigga. And we start fighting. This is the very first fight I ever had in my life. All the family members come downstairs. They see me and Spliff carrying on. They break up the fight. They make us make up right there. Like we had to become friends and squash the shit right there. As soon as we squashed that shit, we became friends right there. I mean, we were friends before that, but we became like different type of friends because it was like we had a fight. You my brother. I'm sorry. We hugged. We got to playing. And something about that moment when we left from that shit, it was like we was happy to see each other the next time we seen each other, just to make sure it wasn't no more beef resonating.
Bus, let me ask you a question, Bus. You ripped down many of your stages.
Right.
What's the one time you looked at Spliff in his eyes and you told him, it's go time? I know all of it, but what's the one time, one show that you looked at him and you was like, yo, we're dying on this fucking stage. We better buy this shit more than anybody. What was the one show?
It's two of those. Well, one of them wasn't a show. One of them was just when Leaders of the New School was over, and I needed to figure out how I was gonna move, because obviously I told you from the beginning I never aspired to do the solo thing. I always wanted to be a part of a dope support system. Spliff was always like the main attraction of the block. When block parties came and all type of shit like that, Spliff was the motherfucker in the middle of the circle that garnished the most attention because he's a showman. You feel what I'm saying? One day Spliff was on a moped riding down the block. One of them sprees. You remember them sprees and shit? Spliff swerving back and forth in the street. Motherfucker hit the back of a double parked car. A nigga flipped up in the sky, fell. Nigga split his shin bone straight down the middle. Not across, straight down the middle. And nigga refused to shed a tear in front of everybody. Bone sticking out the fucking skin, the whole shit. Ambulance came, picked up Spliff, put Spliff in the ambulance, the door closed. As soon as the ambulance started turning the corner, that's when you heard Spliff bawling like a newborn baby, my nigga. Spliff goes to the hospital, comes back. Spliff got the wild pigeon toe walk. I leave, doing my thing in Long Island, shit work for a little bit. When it breaks up, Spliff, I should still come back and visit. Spliff used to be on crutches with the cast on his leg. But like if there was a block party or something happening, that nigga Spliff would go right in the middle of the block party. And you know that shit you be seeing Fabio Foreign and all of them doing with the one leg shit? Spliff was doing that on the crutches way back then. But see, that comes from my culture. Yeah, but he'd be on the crutches and he'll just be bouncing his fucking little one leg shit like, you know what I'm saying? With the crutches on.
Yeah.
With the cast and the crutches. And, you know, Spliff, he just would make motherfuckers bust legal shots for him, and they putting their hands in the air and they saluting him because he just didn't give a fuck. Like, the show must go on with Spliff. He always displayed that.
Spliff don't give a fuck.
Spliff don't give a fuck.
He don't give a fuck.
And Spliff, you know, he really come from the dirt. Spliff done got behind the wall. I done got phone calls from Spliff was on the front of the lunch line with champion suits on, champion sweatsuits on, 2 herringbones and Air Force Ones and Rikers. You feel me? Niggas ain't on the front of the lunch line with looking fly like that behind the wall, especially back then, unless you put work in. So that's Spliff. You feel me? So Spliff was always a super asset and a super showman and a super charismatic motherfucker. And he not playing when it coming to defending the people that he loved.
That's a fact.
And
let me ask you something, Bus.
Wait. I didn't answer this question yet. So when I broke up with Leaders and came back for Spliff and Scratcher Tour, I told him it was go time for real. Spliff, he wasn't playing. It was almost like he was waiting to hear that because he was tired of doing what he was doing. The show that me and Spliff knew we had to destroy niggas every single night, and it was a serious go time. Not that we didn't value the seriousness of every show when we got on stage every time prior to this moment, but that No Way Out tour with Diddy and them in '97. Jay-Z, Foxy Brown, Dipset was on there as an opening act, and Puffin, Mason, the whole bad boy at the end. That tour, I think Usher was on that tour too. Usher had dates on that run too. This was 97. No Way Out tour. When we got to that, and it was arenas every night, and we had a fucking time slot that was right before Diddy. So it was almost like we was the co-headliner without being called the co-headliners. Because this is when Put Your Hands was white, sizzling hot, right? And Diddy let us come out there and have so much stage space that we was able to bring out the craziest stage production. Like I built Castle Grayskull from the He-Man cartoon on the stage and used to come out the mouth of Castle Grayskull. We had boxes on the fucking stage that I would appear and disappear in. Like magic trick shit was happening on the set. And we knew once we got past that intro, we had to perform to the point where it felt like we was gonna have minor health crises going on. Because we knew we wanted it so bad that we was ready to perform to the point where blood was gonna come through the skin, bro. And that's just
Yo, Bus, I've done quite a few shows with you, and I ain't gonna lie, Bus. I always say, yo, I gotta bring my A game because Bus is coming up. Like I'm like, yo, I gotta die on this fucking stage because you know they coming on and they're about to kill this shit legend. Like you either step your game up or yo, like you're nothing. You can't like, you know what I'm saying? You know, Bus is on there. It's like, and so that was the tour that y'all were like trying to die on stage.
You tried to die on that motherfucker every night. That's a fact. Every single night, crack. Like we was getting on stage right before Puff, so there was not one empty seat. I've been on tours in Madison Square Garden, 91. I went on the PE tour. It was me. It was Oaktown 357. It was Scarface. It was Naughty by Nature, Queen Latifah, Ice-T, MC fucking Light, Kid and Play. Like Tribe Called Quest, Son of Berserker, and the Hellraisers, Leaders of the New School. All on one bill. But we was the niggas that was getting on before people even paid for their ticket. So we was performing for a completely empty venue. And we would perform so hard because we knew that once we was loud enough for niggas on that line to hear us that was at the concession stands or that was getting their tickets punched, they was going to start running inside to see what was going on. So we was the niggas that was trying to get people to their seat. I remember that feeling. I didn't want to go back to that. So now that I'm on at a time slot where I'm getting on right before the headliner and I'm looking like one of the biggest things right before the headliner, I'm coming for blood. I don't want no prisoners. Everybody got to die. That was the mentality because I don't ever want to go back to canned food. I'm eating steak now.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to eat canned food, it's going to be at my choice because there's nothing wrong with having a $2 million, $3 million, $4 million crib and you still got your motherfucking peanut butter and jelly sandwiches neat in the motherfucking expensive Sub-Zero fridge with the fucking wheat bread and you still going in there making your shit like you ain't forget Section 8. You know, we still them niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know they got Publix sandwich here. I go get me the bologna with the yellow mustard on the hero. They be like, oh, you ghetto for real. You ghetto for real. I'm like, yo, bro, this that real shit right here. I come up on this shit. Every now and then I gotta reward myself with a bologna.
Real shit.
With mustard sandwich so I can know the difference.
That's a fact, bro. It don't matter that we on our fitness and wellness. We still get cheat days. You get to eat what the fuck you want, nigga. Fuck you mean, son?
Yo, boss, let me ask you one last question.
Mm-hmm.
What you want the world to remember Busta Rhymes as when you gone in a million years from now? What do you want them to take from Busta Rhymes as a person, as a man, as career, legacy? What do you want them to take from it?
Several things. I think the most important thing for me that people walk away with is that I'm a man of principle. I'm a man of morals. I'm a man of integrity. I'm a man of respect. And I'm a giver, and I love to love. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the most important thing that I want people to understand. Like, I love to love. I love to give love. I love to make people know that I appreciate them. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's been a beautiful thing with the way I was loved. My mother and my father loved me for real. My family, my kids, like, I've been raised in a loving way, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I got a lot of love to give, bro. And that shit is important to me, especially in a time where, you know, there's a whole lot of things trying to create obstacle courses and stop us from being able to show this love to each other. All this 6 feet apart shit and all of this, the shenanigans with the inconsistency of this information about this COVID shit. With all due respect to everybody and how they want to deal with that, there's no such thing in the planet that's going to make me stay 6 feet apart from the people that I love. I'm sorry. If I love you, I love you, man. And I'm going to show the motherfucking people that I love how much I love them. I'm going to hug you, motherfucker. I'm going to shake your fucking hand. Just as long as you ain't coughing and sneezing around a nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I think it's important that we don't lose that affectionate shit, and we don't lose saying it to each other and giving each other their flowers while they're here. And also making sure that we defend our respect, integrity, morals, and principles on a priority level, because there's a lot of disrespect going on around here. A lot of it with no accountability. So that's important to me. We got children, they need to see that. They need to be reminded of the significant value of that. They running around here thinking they could dish people and troll niggas, and ain't no punishment coming behind that shit because you want followers and shit. You want niggas to just click your likes button because you did some weirdo shit that you think ain't nothing gonna come back to you behind it? Nah, we gotta reinstate what accountability really means, because these kids need it. Last but not least, I want to be remembered for doing something that helps shift the climate in a productive way on a global level. That's real shit. That's why I'm so adamant about sharing information and knowledge itself. And I try to incorporate it in everything that I do, whether we regularly conversating on all of my albums. You know, it's not an accident that Extinction Level Event 2, The Wrath of God, is coming 11 years in the making on 2020. It's important that people understand the thought that I'm trying to spark in this body of work. This album is coming out in 9 days. 11 years in the making is about to be shared with the world in 9 days. And when you take in this album and you sponge it up and you get the chance to live with it and digest it, all of these things that I'm saying that I want people to remember about me, you're going to take this from this album. And I hope that it empowers people while you have fun and you be entertained. But I also want people to know, too, because I love this thing that I've been blessed with as a gift so much, that I'm one of the most incredibly dangerous motherfuckers that ever touched this microphone. And we're going to give people a friendly reminder when they get this album.
It ain't just touching the microphone, boss. It's anthems, it's classics, it's hits, it's underground shit. It's like, it's beyond touching the mic. You don't did it in every aspect of Wiener, genre, Janet Jackson, Mariah, fucking Gabrielle Union as your wife. Y'all trying to kill each other. Like, yeah. You done did so much shit, boss. Ain't no way. I mean, it's just no way to explain it, bro. It's
Thank
just
you,
no
right?
like I'm not gonna lie to you. To interview you, you was the most intimidating person for me to interview, even though you my brother, because your history and your shit is so fucking long. And this new album is gonna add a whole nother layer to that.
Thank you, big bro.
Because the new album's a classic.
Thank you.
They can say you my brother. I can say the new album's a classic.
Oh,
like,
man. Thank you,
like
bro.
the new album is a classic. I want to shout out Showbiz Born Lord, DITC. I'm gonna tell you something you never heard.
Big shout out to the whole DITC.
Showbiz Born Lord. I'm gonna tell you something you never heard.
OC.
Right? There's a Joker moment on the way out.
Right.
Every Busta Rhymes album would come out. We had like a ritual. Showbiz to come pick me up and press play on Busta Rhymes album. And we drive through the Bronx, Times Square, everything. He be laughing to himself. And he back this up. Yo, he fucking love your shit. Me too. But I mean, like, show all the fucking time. He also the person who played me Illmatic Nas for the first time. So
wow.
show, when it's fire, he'll come get you and be like, yo, God, come on, yo. We take the shit off, put the cassette in. It's on. And
yo, big up to Showbiz. So big up, such a super big up to Showbiz, man. AG too. Super big up to Showbiz though. Word.
Yeah. My brother, we love you too much. The album in 9 days. You see the movie I'm gonna make is out of this world.
That's a fact.
T.I. already knows you want to smoke. ASAP.
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. T.I., let's do it for the culture, and let's just do it to just put the shit talk to bed. Like after this, it ain't gonna be no more shit talk. We just gonna set the record. We gonna set the record straight, T.I., and we gonna motherfucking embrace with love, and we gonna give up the championship belt to who it needs to go to. That's that.
Boss, I love you, my brother. I thank you. I appreciate you, man. I know you
love
don't
you
do
too.
this for nobody. Shout out to our brother Nori. I know you're doing Drink Champs.
Yes, yes. And you know, I did say this on Drink Champs. We got to do a better job at honoring Chris Lighty's legacy.
I tried.
No. Crack. We all need to be ashamed of our motherfucking self, Crack. Every last one of us, we need to take responsibility. And it's cool because the upswing is we all alive and well and we can still get it done the right way.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, man.
I'm there.
Let's do it. That's that.
1,000,000%. I love you, Bus. Nothing but love, my brother.
Love you too. One more thing.
Okay.
I just want people to be clear. Again, Extinction Level Event 2, The Wrath of God, October 30th, 2020. 9 days away. I salute everybody.
I ain't even gonna lie to you, your Bus. I see a T.I. Busta Rhymes battle on the 30th or the 31st, Halloween. It's about to get ugly in the streets.
Hey, yo, listen, T.I. got a new album out. Let's big up and congratulate T.I. for his new album.
Yo, congratulations,
Congratulations to T.I. And the album is scorching, and the new single with Little Baby is a scorcher too. Matter of fact, give me a verse. Give me a verse on the remix, T.I. Give me a verse on the remix of the joint with you and Little Baby. Let's not play around. Let's work.
Woo!
Let's
Love
work.
you, Bus.
Love
Stay
you,
up, baby. Busta, Bus. Beyond the living legend, they haven't even created a new slang word for his contributions to the rap game. If it ain't just for the beauty of him showing his brothers love, showing the youth love, Busta Rhymes is always embracing everybody in hip hop. Classics. Shout out my brother Nori on the check-in. Classics and anthems, and his consistency, and man, the brother is just fucking incredible. They're gonna look. I don't wish nothing wrong with Busta Rhymes, but he will be in the motherfucking museum. He will be in a museum. You will study him in a museum, Busta Rhymes. And you don't know who I know. You don't know who the fuck I know. I'm tired of telling y'all this shit. You don't know who I know. This is a big show. You heard all type of shit on here. The whole interview, 2 hours of viral. Wanted to tell Busta about the time we came back from Africa and the fucking plane was, the wings was moving like, the fucking wings was touching each other like doing jumping jacks on the fucking plane. And I was shitting on myself, scared to death, trying to dive under the seat. Busta Rhymes was reading the fucking K-Slay magazine. Chilling, calm. And I was saying, God, I know, but you're not going to kill me and Busta Rhymes. Not both of us together, God. Please, I'm shook. Busta's over there like, past the Great Poupon. Fucking plane doing jumping jacks. We the biggest in the motherfucking game. I love you, Bus. 9 days away, the album of the year. Honorable mention, Pat Poose. I was listening to his album yesterday. Benny the Butcher. Black Dog. Yeah. The fucking plane. Busta ain't lying. He can comment on the comments. The shit going like this. Shout out to Elliot Wilson, living legend. The shit, Chef Mark. The shit, the fucking wings is going like this. Busta's reading the K-Slay shit. And I want to fucking die over Africa. Shout out to Special, Anthony Ramos. Shout out to everybody on the check-in. This was legendary. Cousin Carmencita, she's the #1 Busta Rhymes fan. You ain't never lied, crack. Yo, on God, yo, Bus, that plane there, I knew it wasn't going to crash even though I was scared because you was on there. Ain't no way he taking both of us down. Busta Rhymes and Fat Joe on the same fucking plane? Busta comes to fucking Africa, and I'm sitting there like the shit is my office. And he looked at me and said, damn, crack, you real comfortable out here. Damn, I should have brought that up. Yo, Bus, I love you. We're going to make the biggest movie in 9 days for the album. It's an honor to interview you because I know you don't fuck with nobody like that. God bless you, my brother, and I love you too much. DJ Buck. DJ Buck out in Connecticut. One of my favorites. Elliot Wilson on the check-in. Remy Ma, Pat Poose on the check-in. Pistol Pete, Dog in the Yard on the check-in. All right, guys, put God first. Believe in God. Yeah, Bus said you was definitely the king of Zamunga in the motherfucking Angola, Africa. Yo, Bus. Y'all had the office and everything. Bus moved me over. He said, yo, crack, did you move here? Because your shit like an office in this motherfucker. I ain't fucking lying, Bus. You came to Africa. You saw me setting up shop. Love you, Busta Rhymes. I hope they let us take this whole shit because this shit was long. Shout out Diddy, Ciroc, Famio. Shout out to Revolt TV every Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern. Revolt TV every Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern. Michael Mad, what's good, my brother? Peace, y'all. Stay up.